Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in, Moonlight Mafia. Thank you so much for being here. This is a special time. I know it is a difficult time for a lot of people to tune in this early. However, our our guest that we have on, he is on board the Carnival Celebration as we speak. They are 4 hours ahead of us. So we didn't want him to move into his nap time because he needs plenty of rest because there's so much fun to be had on that ship. But we did want to give you guys an opportunity to talk to someone that is on the ship. He's a small creator trying to go big time, and he does great work. Also, just for those in the chat, I'm not going to go through the chat and speak to each one like I would normally do, just because we want to save as much time as we can for Mike, the Nauti Cruiser, and your questions. Also, I ask that if you have questions, please drop in 3 question marks into the chat. Also, follow that with who the question is for, and then we'll ask the question as they come in. And if we miss one, give me a nudge somehow, and either myself or Miss Meg or one of the mods will pick up on that, and we'll try and catch your question. I am going to address the most beautiful lady on the high seas, Miss Chastity. Thank you for being here, my sweet darling. All right, so without further ado, here is our guest, the Nauti Cruiser, Mike Gormley from Nauti Cruiser Travel Vlogs. We also have from CME Traveling, Mr. Kurt England, and from Adventures, Mr. Greg Welch. Welcome in, guys. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
How y'all doing?
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. How's everybody's night going?
Good.
We're doing great. So I do this when we do our creator showcase once a month. I say, hey, if I were in an elevator and I ran into you, Mike, and you were trying to sell me on being a new subscriber to your channel, how would you get that across to me if we were going up 3 or 4 floors? Give me your elevator speech for why the people should come and watch you.
So this is the first time I've had an elevator speech, so I never really thought of having one prepared. But I'm Mike. As y'all can see, I'm the Nauti Cruiser. I love cruising. I've been cruising since I was a kid. And I eventually picked up a camera at the expense of one of my current friends, a vlogger over at Lalita Loca. He pushed me to do it, and I did it, and I jumped in. But the reason you should follow me is I'm a fluffy traveler. I do all things that the younger generation would do. I love traveling all over the place. It doesn't just have to be Caribbean. It could be Europe. It could be anywhere that the cruise lines are sailing to. And I just love having fun, seeing the local culture, seeing the local history, tasting the local food. And I love bringing it to everybody through the lens of a camera. I appreciate each and everybody that has subscribed and will subscribe. And I continue to do this for as long as YouTube will allow me to do it. So I don't really have an elevator speech, but if you like having fun, then I'm the one you want to check out.
Sounds like you have an elevator speech, man. I'm
Yeah.
I'm going to unsub and sub again. I'm going to create another channel just so I can sub to you one more time.
Oh, I got a lot of people coming up like, oh man, your shirt. Are you a YouTuber? Yeah, that's what I do. It's a little awkward at first, but and once you get used to it, it's kind of like a roll off the tongue.
I like how he went. You know, I was pushed in this direction from this other vlogger. You know, Lolita Loca. Who's that?
Yep.
Who is that? I've never heard of that channel.
He's my neighbor. He pushed me into it, and I'm grateful he did, man.
Yeah, they are good folks. They are fantastic people, and you know, as a fellow fluffy cruiser, you know, I appreciate fluffy creators and our fluffy points of view, because there are things, much like Andre the Giant, because I'm a wrestling guy. You know, big folks are not included in some things for certain reasons, and I was just lucky enough to be just underneath the weight requirement where I could zip line on the Symphony of the Sea, so I was pretty happy about that.
Nice. I'll get there one day.
Yeah. So hey, man. Hey, the beard is strong. Beard game is strong. I look forward to meeting you in person so we can do a little like beard high five, chin to chin. That's pretty nice. I like that.
Sounds good, man. It used to be down here, but we trimmed it up and cleaned it up a little bit once we started putting our face on YouTube. So
yeah, Chastity put the kibosh on that. I had a big mountain man beard, and she's like, "No, you got to get it a little closer than that." I'm not. It's went from I like it and it's a little sexy to that looks like you need a haircut really bad. So hey, man, without further ado, we want to jump into this, and you know, I'm gonna kick it to Kurt first for the first question. And as we said, for those of you in the chat, if you have questions, please, you know, 3 question marks, who the question is to, and we'll get your question asked. We'll start off with Kurt. Go ahead, brother.
All right. First off, just rewatched your latest and everything. But when you were getting on board, I seen where you got to be a part of the ribbon cutting. How cool was that to do? Because I really thought that was
awesome.
Yeah,
that was awesome. That was completely off the fly. I did not know that was going to happen. Yeah. I did get a little information from somebody who works in the terminal here in Southampton. And he was like, you might want to get here early. There might be a few things. You might see a few people. But if you get here later, you're not going to be able to see that because it's going to happen before they start letting everybody on. So I hopped in a cab at 9 o'clock. I got to the port. I thought they were going to, you know, bring me a new one because my check-in time was 1:30. No issues with that. They took my luggage right away. I came up and in, sat down. And then all of a sudden, I heard, John Hill, John Hill. So I hopped up, I grabbed the camera, hopped out of line. I went up and started filming. He introduced Christine Duffy. They did the ribbon cutting ceremony. I thought that was pretty neat because they brought a family of 2 generations that have sailed numerous times with Carnival to cut the ribbon, as well as be the first guest on board the celebration. So I thought that was a pretty neat experience.
You had a great vantage point, too. You had a great vantage point. Yeah.
Yeah, it helps being 6'2".
Yeah.
Very good. Enjoyed it.
So real quick, I want to say something. So, and I'm throwing this down in the chat, but if you folks have community tabs and you use them, please share this out and let's help Mike get over 600 subs by the time we're done here. Yep. He is, where are you at right now? You're like 70 away from 600, I think.
Yeah. So give me 1 second. I'm going to pick up and move a little further down because some people walked out. So.
Okay.
That way we got a little bit more, well, at least I got a little bit more to where I can hear everybody.
Hey, we like it, man. You can move about the ship as much as you want, brother.
You get a little tour of the ship in the process, right?
Hey, you get to be on the decks now. The weather's cooperating.
Oh, the weather here is perfect. So once we got out of the English Channel, it was a little rough for 2 days. We were pushing about 110, 115 mile an hour winds. and we had about 60 to 80 foot swells.
Wow.
So it was a little rough the first few days, but once we got out of there and that was done, the weather was just perfect.
All right. So yeah, that was my I just wanted to see where you were at on subs. So we've got folks sharing this out on the community tab now. And hey Mafia, if you are not currently subscribed to this man, go get subscribed. Go get subscribed. All right. So for you guys that have questions, I am starring them in StreamYard, and I will get over to them. I will get to them. So Greg, you got a question, sir?
Yeah. So I mean, you said that you've been cruising since you were a kid, but looking at your channel, just curious, when did you start your channel? How long have you had it? You know, and I know. Well, go ahead.
That's the funny thing. I started my YouTube channel in 2019. My first vlog was supposed to drop March 8th of 2019. I arrived in Fort Lauderdale. I was living in New Jersey at the time. No, I wasn't. I lied. I was living in Florida. I arrived at the cruise port the night before, spent the night, woke up at 6 in the morning, got an email from Princess my cruise was canceled. That's when the pandemic came in and shut everything down. So my channel was created before I started uploading vlogs this year. Once the pandemic was over and the cruise restart started, I didn't go on any cruises until October of last year. My very first cruise after the pandemic was on the Carnival Mardi Gras. Didn't film anything there, didn't do anything. I waited until February and I started filming, but I got discouraged because I seen how other creators were making vlogs, and I was comparing myself to creators who have been doing it for such a long time.
Yeah.
So it took me a few months before I built up the courage to actually sit down and start editing videos and put up videos. So my first vlog was the Aruba vlog. I uploaded that, and then I just continued to go from there. Since the restart, I've been on 16 cruises. Some of them are repeats, so I don't pump out as much content if it's a repeat port. But I have started doing like different things. So when I go to Cozumel, I've done Sancho's, I've done Paradise Beach. The next time it'll be like Nauti Cancun. So I've been figuring out different ways to make more content off of one port.
Gotcha.
Man, I'm jealous.
I tell you, I mean, we've gotten a lot of subscribers from repeat cruises. I mean, we've vlogged the Valor a few times now, and just, you know, it's neat to go back and see, because you find that people, you know, for one, it puts your content, it moves it further to the top. But secondly, the more times you start going on those cruises, you know, people start noticing who you are, which is weird in itself. But just the fact that your content's helping people that want to go on that cruise line and what have you, because they'll come up and they'll say, you know, your video, I watched your video and it helped us, you know, decide on this cruise or what this cruise, this ship or what have you. I mean, it's a neat thing. So the repeat
is that
cruise
not
was
the best, Greg? That's the best feedback, isn't it? Not, hey, I recognized you, but hey, thank you.
Oh, that's awkward.
Helped.
Every time it happens, we go back and we're like, they got us confused with somebody else. Yeah, it's not.
So here's our first question from the chat. Are you and have you booked the Jubilee yet, or do you plan to? That's for all of us. So I'll let you go ahead and start, Mike.
I'm currently booked on the transatlantic on the Jubilee next year. However, I found out today that if you are on a back-to-back on that cruise or on the Celebration, you get an invitation to the festival and the festivities that are happening in port. So everyone that's doing a back-to-back on this cruise is invited back on the ship on Sunday after we get there to come for a dinner, a gala, an event that they're performing, the naming ceremony, all of that, as well as the concert that's going to be performed here. So I might end up booking the Jubilee's first sailing out of Galveston as well on top of the transatlantic.
So my wife is in the chat, and I will answer Rob's question with a question for my wife. So right now we are planning to book the inaugural Jubilee out of the United States, but with that little piece of information, I think we should also book the transatlantic. Chas?
I think you should
What say
too,
you?
Chastity.
Great.
Yeah, is it going out of Northampton as well?
Yeah, it's going
Or
out
do
of
you know?
Southampton as well.
Southampton. That's cool. Okay, so yeah, I mean, we plan to. We haven't done it yet, but that's in the plans for Moonlight Adventures, is to at least book the inaugural Jubilee out of Galveston. But it looks like we may need to consider doing the back-to-back. Kurt.
Yeah. Again, Mike, let's see. So I had another one here. You mentioned the Carnival Kitchen. Have you been there? And with that also, there are 19 decks. Have you been to all of them?
So I have not been to every deck yet.
Okay.
I'm currently working on a full ship tour, but I was wrong in that vlog where I said the Carnival Kitchen is where they have the chef's table. On the Mardi Gras, yes, that is where they have the chef's table.
Yeah.
But looking at the map here on the ship, under the festival dining room on deck 5, there is a little square that says chef's table. So I haven't got there yet. I will be getting there to find out if that's where they hold the chef's table and get footage of that.
Yeah.
But that's a little bit of information I didn't know prior to getting on the ship. So that, I mean, it's not that big of a deal because according to the Mardi Gras, that's where chef's table was held.
Yeah, I watched
Here,
them
there's a
doing
little
that at
block.
Mardi Gras. Yeah.
Yeah, here there's a little block on the back under the main dining room that says chef's table.
Wow.
So Kurt,
Yeah.
You forgot to answer Rob's question. Are you going to book the Jubilee?
No, there is no plan for me to. No plan for me.
So Greg, how about you?
No, we're actually headed in a different direction right now with 2 MSC cruises booked right now, and the hope to kind of branch into Royal and maybe Celebrity, just for personal reasons because of Felicia and the TA stuff. So we want to
Listen,
kind of.
I know this is about the celebration, but I just got off MSC and I loved it.
I knew
It was awesome.
Tell Greg, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Kurt, Mike is a big MSC guy. They love them some MSC.
Yeah, it's man, for the price you pay and everything that's coming along with it, it was absolutely awesome.
Blowing up.
Yeah, that's good to know. I mean, Chastity and I have discussed doing MSC, and we've heard what we've heard from Kurt, and then I think they're similar to us in the way we travel, but we've heard from other people like, well, the European mannerisms and stuff like that bothered them, and whatever.
Can I have
Go
a
ahead,
second
Kurt.
part of that question? Another question real quick. In the comparison, what are you seeing differently between the Mardi Gras and what you're on?
So between the Mardi Gras and what I'm on, the layout is completely different on the ship. So things might be similar, and that's what I said in the one vlog. If you sailed the Mardi Gras, then you need to sail this ship because you will be surprised at how different the inside, the guts of this ship actually are. The layout's completely different. Some of the bar locations are the same, but it's a different bar that's in that location than what's on the Mardi Gras. A lot of old artifacts from older ships that have been scrapped or went to the scrapyard are on this ship. So like the Rolls Royce, for example, that's down on deck 6. As we're on the Mardi Gras, you have that little Fiat up there by Cocina del Capitone. Well, here up where that little Fiat would be is a big postcard that says, "Hello, greetings from Miami." So it's an awesome photo shot for anybody that likes to do Instagram photos or even just a family photo.
Yeah.
But the way it's laid out is completely different. You have Pig and Anchors in the same spot. And on the Mardi Gras, right outside of Pig and Anchor is your tobacco and your alcohol store. That's not here on this ship.
Oh.
It's your souvenir shop that's there. So your tobacco and liquor store is on deck 6 midship. So the layout is completely different. Things are similar. Certain things are in the same place. Emerald's is 6 midship, but it's on the opposite side. So things are different. Things are similar. However, for someone who's sailed the Mardi Gras 3 times, I've noticed so many different things between the celebration and the Mardi Gras.
Cool.
So let me ask you a quick question, and I'm not as familiar with the Mardi Gras as I need to be. I'm probably more familiar with Celebration, just studying it. But Is there a promenade also on Mardi Gras? Because I noticed there's a promenade on this ship, which is awesome. They don't call it the promenade, but
So Celebration Central.
Yeah.
Yeah, Celebration Central is on here. It does span from 6, 7, and 8. So it's pretty much
That's
the same
awesome.
layout on Mardi Gras. You have the stage. And I'm a big fan of repurposing areas. So they can repurpose that area for so many different things. During the day, they have talk lives with the cruise director or the staff of the ship. Then they have shows at nighttime. They have bands performing there. They have these screens that drop down and then open up during the day. So it's a big glass view out to the ocean. So I'm a big fan for repurposing one area. And it's the same as on the Mardi Gras. You got the stage, the cutout, Java Blue, the candy shop, cherry on top, and then you have your 6, 7, and 8 levels of seating.
Yeah, they do the preliminaries for the Family Feud there.
Yep. Yep, they do the Family Feud there on the Mardi Gras. That's where they do the King of the Mardi Gras and the Queen of the Mardi Gras or whatever it is. But yeah, they do a lot of stuff there, and I enjoy that versus the old style atriums, because the atriums to me, I feel like they didn't bring people together as much as they should have. It's a bar, atrium, that's it. There's not that much seating in the atriums, as where with these ships, there's more seating. You got the Java Blue, so if you're an early riser and you want to get coffee, you can sit here and look out. You ain't got to be on the outer deck if it's windy, and you have an awesome view of the ocean as you're going by. So I love what they've done with Celebration Central and with as well as the Mardi Gras, and I hope it continues on with the Jubilee.
So just to speak of, I knew this is how mine was going to go. So that's why I let these guys ask questions first. So you mentioned Family Feud, Kurt, and I noticed that they have a legit, elaborate game show setup. Have you been to Family Feud yet?
I have. So last night was the late night Family Feud, and I didn't get to that. I didn't have a nap yesterday. Usually I have a little nap in between. I didn't have one yesterday, so I went to bed a little early. But the Family
He takes
Feud
naps,
is
Kurt.
awesome.
That's
They
good.
have
I'm all
they
about
have the
cruise
rights
naps,
to the Family Feud. So with them owning the rights to Family Feud or having the rights to be able to produce the show on their ships, it's awesome. It's literally just like you're there. The only thing that's missing is Steve Harvey.
That's amazing. That is amazing. You know, if they would plug Cookie in, he's probably better than Steve Harvey, in my opinion.
Yeah, probably. Cookie's one of them cruise directors, man, that you get on a ship with him, you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah. I wish I could have. I've never had Cookie. Ryan has been my favorite cruise director so far, right? But you know, from what I've seen of Cookie, man, I'll book a cruise just to get on board with Cookie.
Just to cruise with Cookie.
Awesome.
Yeah. So with Carnival, man, Lee Mason, that's my guy, man. I've sailed with Lee so many times, man. He's an awesome guy.
So Eddie Lugo Studios has a question here. He says, "Where are you at in the ship right now?"
I am at the watering hole.
Watering hole, and that's
I'm
deck
sitting
what?
at the bar. At the bar of the watering hole. This is deck 8, almost half. So right inside here is Pig and Anchor, and then you got the watering hole. Then it wraps around. So I'll walk around a little bit and I'll show you guys some of the deck 8 and some of the insides.
Yeah, this was one of the decks I was interested in because it looked like there's a nice bar scene there with water features, and then Pig and Anchor real close.
So on deck 8, you have 1, 2, I believe 3 bars outside. You have one that's in the smoking section, which is right outside 820 Biscayne. You have the watering hole here. You have a couple hot tubs, and then you have the pool around back, which is Summer Landing. And that'll give you the back entrance into Pig and Anchor.
Okay. So one more question before I'll get Greg another one here, but this is for the group. For all the fluffy ones on the panel, I think that includes all of us, what is the minimum weight to be considered fluffy? So I'm an engineer at heart, so I'm going to say that this is a BMI percentage. For me, if you're considered overweight or obese, you are fluffy. I fall into that category. And that's a percentage of weight. And if I were 6 foot tall, I'd be a 300 pounder. I don't go 3 bills. I'm 240, but I'm fluffy.
All right, so here's my motto: if you can make a muscle and pinch your skin, you're fluffy.
Yeah. Well, look, right here's the dead giveaway. We all got
Oh
those
yeah, man. When you
cheeks.
smile, you do it, man.
I can pinch these.
This is a family
Hey,
show,
listen,
buddy.
You ain't the only one.
Kurt, you turning me on, baby. You got to leave that alone, baby. All right, Greg, what you got for us, man?
So I'm just curious how crowded the ship is. Was it
We are
sold
not
out?
at full capacity.
Okay.
We are not at full capacity. We're probably about 1,500 under full capacity.
Okay.
That was
Does
gonna
it
be
feel
quick.
crowded?
No, even on the Mardi Gras when I've been at full capacity, I don't feel crowded because there's so many different places people can be. There's so many different bars. There's so many different dining options. I never really felt crowded. The only time I felt crowded on the Mardi Gras is when I was getting late night pizza after leaving the casino, and then there's a line all the way down to guest services because that's the only thing open.
Right.
But other than that, I don't feel crowded. I don't feel like there's too many people. It's been a pleasant cruise so far. Everyone has been great. Service has been awesome. The first formal night, I was in and out of the main dining room in 40 minutes, start to finish. So I've got complaints from a lot of other people, but a lot of these people they don't have that mentality or the expectations that this is the very first sailing. This is a transatlantic crossing thing. There are going to be hiccups along the way. These people expect everything to be perfect from the start to the finish. And that's just not logical with the way it's going to go. Like, I drink Pepsi Max or Pepsi Zero or Coke Zero. Well, they ran out of it on like day 4. It happens, but they had on boards expired. They're not going to serve expired stuff to their customers. So it happens. Things like that happen. It is what it is. It's not that big of a deal. You make the best of it. There's going to be hiccups along the way. It's a transatlantic. All the crew that is on this ship have not been on this ship long enough to know their way around the whole ship, just like the passengers don't know their way around the whole ship. But to be in the main dining room on full night and be in and out within 40 minutes from start to finish, service great and all my food was hot, I have no complaints.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I was looking on your Facebook page, and it looks like, I think this was last night, you went to the Captain's Gala dinner.
That was tonight. Yeah, that was
That's
tonight.
tonight. Okay. Yeah.
Tonight was the second formal night. It was the Captain's Gala. They did like a cocktail toast. They had 2 different cocktail toasts. One was at 5:15. The other one was at 6:15. They gave free drinks to everybody, a free cocktail to everybody, and then they had that elaborate dinner option menu for the main dining room.
Yeah. So there's the dinner options. Hope you guys can see that. Looks very tasty. There's a lot of things on there. Did you have to pay $5 for an extra entree?
So I tested that on the first formal night. I got 2 lobster tails and the spaghetti carbonara. I did not pay extra for any entrees. I was not charged any extra. So I don't know if that's something they're rolling out. They're not just charging yet, but I did not have any charges. I didn't have any check to sign at the end of the night, and even checking my account, there was no additional charges on my account.
So what did you have tonight?
So tonight I did the crab brioche with the cream of broccoli soup. I did the lobster tails. I did 2 lobster tails and the prawns, and I did the baked Alaska for dessert.
Oh yeah, that a boy. Make us fluffies proud.
Yeah.
Listen, I tell everybody I didn't get heavy overnight, man. It was all the good food I ate to start the process. So,
hey, how did that beef Wellington look? Because man, it looks good to me.
it actually looked good. It was probably about 3.5 inches thick. So the plates I was seeing coming out, it was pretty thick. So it was a nice size serving.
That is awesome. Yeah, I grabbed
And that's
that right
probably
before
what I
we
would have
started.
had if they didn't have lobster.
Yeah.
But I'm a seafood guy, man. So lobster all day.
Me too. All right, so I'm just going to throw this up here because this is cool. So Dwayne Plummer, welcome to the Moonlight Mafia. He was sailing on the Magic, which is a great ship, by the way, in July, but they just changed it to the Varenzia. That's what's going to be sailing out of New York now. And I would be hyped too, because I think you may have gotten an upgrade. Those ships look phenomenal on the inside. It looks like Caesar's Palace all the way through that ship. So Yeah, super jealous of you there, Dwayne.
Yeah, for sure. That's a definite upgrade from the Magic. Yeah.
That's nice. Kurt, you got another question?
Yeah. Okay. So there's 6 zones on this ship, right? And I see the ultimate playground, which they had on the Mardi Gras. What do you like? And I see I'm looking at the gateway. What
The
can you tell us a little
gateway
about?
zone is my favorite.
Okay.
That zone is awesome. I can't wait for people to see that zone. So they have the Jubilee bar sits dead smack in the gateway zone. That bar was built because of the 50 years of fun that Carnival has been doing since they've started. They have a huge, giant ship model of the Celebration in the middle of the floor. And they have on the wall, it says Celebration with all these portholes. And each individual porthole is a decade of Carnival fun. And it shows you from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, what they have changed along the way and how they have grown and different things they have brought to their ships. It is an awesome area to just sit, chill, grab a drink at the Jubilee bar, listen to the piano player, and just look at all the different things. There are QR codes for you to scan to get more information on those different portholes. That's also where they have the controls from one of the old ships: slow, stop, full speed ahead. They work. You can move them, you can control them. It's a pretty neat little feature that they put there in the middle of the floor. But they put these big wraparound, like restaurant style booths on the backside wall. So you can sit about 8 to 10 people at these tables. So if you're coming with a large group, you want to play some cards, some dominoes, that's an awesome little spot to chill. Everybody's perfectly comfortable, and it's a nice big table, nice big seats for everyone to sit comfortably.
Group cruise.
That's awesome.
Yeah, group cruise.
That was when I first saw renderings of the Celebration. That was what fired me up the most, was that Jubilee area and the area you're talking about. That is such a cool and unique feature on this ship. And the Jubilee area is where all the different plates from all the different ships are on the back of the chairs too. Isn't it? Is that it? Or
Correct.
Is that in the? Yeah. But that is
on
awesome
the back
feature.
of each chair, there's a different Carnival ship on the back of each chair.
That's awesome. That is really cool.
And for those wondering where the Jubilee bar is, that's where, if you've been on the Mardi Gras, that's where the Brass Magnolia would be.
Okay. All right, we got a question here from I Love Cruising Royal. This is Miss Miranda, and if you're interested in Cruising Royal Caribbean, she is your person. She go over there and sub to her. She does a great job with her content. But she says sometimes the hardest thing is to just hit publish. I've been guilty of comparisons, but you can only be you, and as long as you like your video, put it out there. And that's true.
That's right.
If I compared myself to your friend Tony, EECC, some of these bigger guys, I'd never get anything out.
I don't think anybody will put anything out.
Yeah. But what we've come to find out is sometimes we've put things out and I'm like, this is going to bomb. Nobody's going to watch it. And we get 5,000 people.
And it blows up.
And then
up.
I put one out that I'm like, this is going to go viral. 200 people,
Yep.
So you never know. It's just what people want to see through your eyes,
So in the beginning, man, that's how I was. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not just going to compare myself to other people. I'm just going to do me. I'm going to do my style. I'm just going to be who I am. And then I'm just going to continue to pump out content. And that's what I've done. I don't compare myself to any other vlogger. Each vlogger is different. Everyone's going to be different. People are going to like each individual vlogger for different reasons. I just do what I like to do, and that's what I put out. I like historical things, so I tend to find the history in the countries I go to, and that's what I like to go to, and then that's what I put out.
And why do you like the people that you subscribe to as a creator? For me, it's authenticity. So if I feel like you're not putting on a show and you're authentic with your content, I'm gonna pay attention to it. I'm gonna watch it.
Right, and that's with me. Like I like not for nothing, bro. Like what got me to sub to you was like you're like me. You got the beard. You're a heavy cruiser. You love cruising. And I'm telling you, I can't tell you how many times I watched that little TikTok reel of Chastity catching you with the cruise boat. I've done that a million times at home, bro.
Yeah.
Like no lie. I'm literally, when I put my ship models up on the shelf, it's like, putting it in the port. And everyone's like, what are you doing? Man, leave me alone. I love cruising. Like, that's just me. But I also, man, I'm a big supporter of everybody. I believe everybody should do what they love doing. And if you're putting out content, then obviously you love to put out content. And I'm going to support anybody I possibly can. I watch as many videos as I possibly can. And that's what I tell everybody. YouTube is like a full-time job. I watch people all day long. I comment, I like, I love, and then I do my thing all day long. It's like having 2 full-time jobs, but I love doing it. I love being able to put out content for people to be able to see. It's amazing what you can do with a smartphone and the internet.
It is.
If we all grow, like, I mean, if you grow, we're going to grow. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it. That, you know, it's like Disney. Like Disney is the king of people blogging, but that didn't happen overnight.
Yep.
And you know, the cruise community, as it grows, we're all going to benefit. Except for Billy J. Captain Billy J. He's not going to benefit, but he's different.
Get something for free.
Which is a good segue to Captain Billy J's frenemy, Greg, with the next question.
Yeah, so I got a couple of questions which have nothing to do with each other, but I'll throw them out here at the same time. So, first off, looking at your channel, thumbnails are awesome. I got to up my thumbnail game. Okay,
I appreciate that, and I'll give you my little tip at the end.
All right. So, but watching your boarding the Carnival Celebration video that you did, one, I want to know what equipment you use, what you use to film with and what you use to edit with. But two, the rooms, I've heard people talk about the Mardi Gras, talking about the rooms appear to be smaller or feel smaller than on their traditional ships. Do they feel that way on the Celebration too? I'm assuming it's the same layout.
So on the Mardi Gras, I did feel certain rooms were smaller. I've stayed in a balcony and I've stayed in a suite. I feel like the balcony I'm on here in the Celebration was bigger than the suite I was in on the Mardi Gras. I don't feel like this room is as small, but again, I'm solo, so all the space is mine.
Right.
And, you know, it's just me. Putting 2-3 people in here, you might feel a little confined. But again, I don't go based off the room, because how much time do you really spend in your room?
Yeah.
You know, especially being a creator, you're out there, you're doing everything. Now, I have heard some people say the insides here feel super small. And I do have an opportunity to go check out an inside tomorrow. So I'm going to see about that inside. But I don't feel it's any different than any other cruise line. Now, I had Ocean View on MSC, and that thing felt huge. It slept 5 people. So that was a big room. Yeah, that was a monster of a room for one guy. Man, I could have had a party in that room every night.
So what kind of a camera gear or whatever? What are you using to film with?
iPhone 14 Pro Max.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
That's what I filmed that whole video on. I also use a Canon M50.
Yeah.
And I use a Mark III.
Okay.
Now for my like fast action stuff, I'll use a GoPro Hero 9, or I use my Insta360.
Okay.
Other than that, majority of my vlogs on the fly are filmed with my iPhone.
And what are you editing on?
Final Cut Pro.
Okay.
Yep. All my editing gets done on Final Cut Pro. Majority of everything is filmed on the iPhone because it's great. I use Mac for everything. I airdrop it from my phone to my computer, throw it in my external hard drive, and I work off of an external hard drive. I edit everything, put it right in the external hard drive, upload it right from the external.
Are you doing 4K 60 or 4K 30? What?
4K 60.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I render it into an MP4.
Okay.
When I was doing 4K 60 with our DJI Osmo, I had a lot of you could see some blurriness with movements. I don't know if that's just when we down process through the editor we use, but do you notice any of that?
I don't have any issues with anything being blurry.
Okay.
There's sometimes, if I'm filming on my M50 and I move too quick, the shutter won't pick up the movement and it'll just be like a blur the whole time. And then I'll have to redo it again. That's why sometimes I get frustrated with the cameras, because there's so many different options on cameras. There's so many different settings. With my iPhone, I pull it out, boom, I drop the zoom down, and then it's just a pan, a walking shot, whatever it is, and it comes out perfect. The only difference with when you're shooting on an iPhone and you use Final Cut Pro, you just got to make sure you drop that HDR filter on the vlog, because if not, it's going to be super, super bright, and it's not going to look good. But that's all included in that Final Cut Pro.
So we got another question here from Captain Billy J Travels. If you haven't subscribed to him, it's your lucky day. No, I'm kidding. We love the captain. That's why we give him such a hard time. But he's asking about the Havana pool. Is it as small as the
Same
pool
size.
on the Mardi Gras? Same size.
Same size.
Kurt, you got another
Same
question
location,
for
same
Mike?
size.
You know, if their inside rooms are like the one on Mardi Gras, we were in a perfect square one, and too small for 3 people, and ours did have one of those little bunk beds. But I'll tell you, for 2 people, we missed the couch, but a square one, I felt like we had a huge room. But that, for as in the inside, if it's the same, that is. But no, I really want to know, are you, excited enough that you're like, okay, like you said, it's a different ship. Greg took my question. I was going to ask the one about, did it feel crowded? I was going to hit on that one. But,
I thought you were going to ask technical questions, Kurt.
Hey, so no joke here. Let me get some input from Mike Gormley, the Naughty Cruiser here. Should Kurt start using StreamYard? He's currently not using anything. Yeah. Okay. That's all. That's all we need to know.
This ain't bad.
Okay.
Yeah. He needs to get on StreamYard. He's like doing this the way YouTube was done 20 years ago.
Like our settlers did when they came over on the Mayflower. He's still using just YouTube Raw.
I mean, to fire up the computer, he's out there starting a fire. He gets his thermal generator going, and yeah.
You're talking to a 33-year-old guy there. 51.
Couldn't help myself, Kurt. Couldn't help myself.
Make fire.
Yeah.
But, get the files out of the computer.
Mike, what is your next cruise right after this?
So my next cruise, I do not have anything booked until January. I'm on the Vloggers Extravaganza in January.
Oh, okay.
The reason I don't have anything booked is December is my busy time at work. I work for the post office, and with packages for Christmas, that's my busy time of the year. So it's a little hard to get off. That doesn't mean if an opportunity presents itself, I won't take that opportunity. That just means there's nothing on the table right now.
Gotcha.
All right, Greg, what you got?
Well, I was just caught up in just reading the chat. We got a few questions in here, so I'll yield to the chat.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we've got plenty. So I'll just knock out a couple of comments here. So Eddie Lugo says that if Chastity says no to me doing the back-to-back on the Jubilee, that he'll jump on board with me. So
yeah,
there we go. We'll share a room.
I can't wait to tell Marshall that this is a married man and he's out here doing this. I got the time.
Listen, it takes a lot of support, man. A lot of support. My mom's a big support system. She watches the kids when I go away. So,
internet signal. I have, and this is not the first vlog I've been a part of with folks on the Carnival Celebration, and internet has been fantastic.
I thought it did.
Yeah, internet's been awesome.
And they're selling. Yeah.
And we asked you earlier if they have Starlink on board, and you said you didn't think so right now, but they go ahead.
Not yet, but from what I gather, it's coming. I do know it's being put on other ships at the moment that are not Royal Caribbean. There are a few dishes on board this ship. I can't confirm or deny whether or not they're Starlink dishes. I'll try and get some more information. I got a few more days, so I'll try and get some more information. But from what I gather and what I hear, it is coming.
Okay.
Someone asked in here, do they have the fortune teller on there?
Yeah, that was Slinky.
No, I don't think so. If they do, I haven't seen it. No, I don't think so. I think that's just on the Mardi Gras.
And we've got Dwayne Plummer. So this will be a question for the MSC veterans in the chat. Which do you think is better bargain for the price, MSC or Carnival?
Price? MSC. MSC.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get so
So,
much more. Yeah.
So for that one that I was on in October, it was a 7-day, Sunday to Sunday. It did an overnight in Ocean Cay. I had an ocean view at the front of the ship. The room slept 5. I had the all-inclusive drink package that was included, $100 onboard credit, and the internet plan. And my price was under $600. So, yeah, that's a pretty good steal right there. You're talking less than $100 a day.
What about the part about paying for entertainment? I'm starting to hear that. When I cruised Meraviglia and Divina, we never paid for no entertainment.
So they do have some shows that are an upcharge, and I paid for one, but I was invited to the other one by one of the cast members. So I only had to pay for one. But there's 2 shows they produce. It's called House of Houdini. And if you do not have the specialty dining package, it's $18. If you have the specialty dining, it's $5.
Yeah.
And then the other one is like a rock and roll show. Both of them were pretty cool. The rock and roll show was way better than House of Houdini because, they can't put a tank in there and literally submerge this guy in water. If they did that, then it would have hands down stole the show. But the rock and roll show, that was a lot better. Your 70s and 80s classic rock performed throughout the whole thing.
Oh.
The singer, her name was Destiny Harris. She's
Yeah.
from South Carolina.
Yeah.
22 years old, and that girl, she could belt a tune like no other.
Yeah, I heard her sing Led Zeppelin. She's wonderful.
Now, was that the
she's
Meraviglia
awesome.
you were on?
Yeah, it was the Meraviglia.
So Marinda with I Love Cruising Royal has a question. She says, are they limiting your bacon?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes and no. You can't get it yourself. You have to ask them to give it to you. So if you go, can I have another? They'll give you more. But the whole buffet is 100% self-service, except for the bacon.
Is that a
That and the
byproduct?
hard-boiled eggs.
Do you think that's a byproduct of the transatlantic thing, or is that Carnival just limiting it?
I don't know, because they were putting bacon on like vacation every couple days. So I don't know if it's something that Carnival's incorporating. That's another thing I could probably find out. I can talk to some of the waits there and be like, is this going to be on every cruise, or is it just because of the transatlantic? We got to like limit certain things.
Yeah.
But no, they're definitely they're putting it on the plate for you. If you ask for more, they'll give you more. They don't have a problem filling your plate up. It's just something that you physically can't. One of the items you can't put on your plate by yourself.
Some program manager somewhere like myself went and did some kind of risk mitigation. If we just
Pig and anchor on it. Like the breakfast better than I like it. Sorry.
no, you're fine.
Josh.
Did we lose Josh's voice?
Yeah, I'm not hearing
I
Josh.
think you did.
I was just wondering, is the pig and anchor, exactly, just like it was. And, I was telling you, there's a lot, pig and anchor offers a lot of food. It's really good. So it's self-serve there too, right?
Yep, self-serve buffet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they do the
Hopefully
breakfast
we
buffet in
won't-
the morning.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. Y'all hear me okay? Hopefully we won't get too much feedback.
Yeah.
Earpieces are out. So sorry about
We
that.
need to get everybody in here to go subscribe to the Nauti Cruiser Travel Vlogs.
Yes, by all means. So
Stop what you're doing and go subscribe right now.
do it. He is so close to 600. He can smell it like the bacon that is not being served at will.
So, man, listen, I'm a bacon guy.
Yeah.
So the one day, the guy that comes, I'm going up to the guy. I'm like, "Can I get some bacon?" And he puts like three pieces on the plate. I'm like, "Bro, I'm 6'2", 330 pounds, man. That's a little insult." And he's like, "Oh, you play American football?" And I was like, "Yeah, I play American football. Give me more bacon."
Yeah,
I'll show you how we tackle in American football.
I don't know if you watch Parks and Rec, but I'm like Ron Swanson. Give me all the bacon, all the eggs. I think
you're the second person that week that asked me if I watched that. I have not watched it, so now I gotta watch it. Everyone
he's like, I think what you heard is I want a lot of bacon and eggs. No, I want all the bacon and eggs. So hey, let's see here. We're through those. All right, J&S. They said they're already planning a blog on scanning each code and displaying the info on the video. Sounds juicy. I think that's a dig at Greg.
Ooh,
sounds juicy.
Juicy.
Angel from Jeffrey's Angel. She says that her brother is on the celebration right now.
Have you seen him?
Me?
Wow.
No.
Scott McNeil. So we've already
What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on, Scott? But he came in a little later, so he's asking about planning on doing the Jubilee inaugural. So go ahead.
So Scott is actually my +1 on the transatlantic on the Jubilee. He is doing the inaugural out of Galveston as well, because we got a group of friends that are doing that sailing.
Yeah.
After finding out what I found out, if I stay on and do back-to-back, then I'm probably going to bunk up in Scott's room for that sailing.
Yeah.
So,
it sounds like Eddie Lugo is trying to be my +1.
Yeah, I got to figure some things out. Like I said, the end of November, beginning of December, that's my busy season. Who knows? Who knows what YouTube will do for me from now till then? If it takes off and it does wonders, I might be working from a ship the rest of my life. Who knows?
Oh man, yeah, yeah. Hey, you've got cruise director written all over you, man. Let's see here. Crystal with Destinations Delight. She says, is it easy to get turned around or lost on board the ship?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It's so simple to get around the ship. You can do it with your eyes closed.
So, have you done any of the water slides yet? Would be my question.
No. So today we just started getting into like the really warm days. I haven't hit no pools or no hot tubs. My main focus has been seeing as much of the ship as I can, filming as much of the ship as possible. I'm taking in everything. I'm enjoying my time while I'm here, but my time when I get up in the morning is like breakfast and then work all day. And then I enjoy the night. I enjoy the shows. I enjoy the trivia. I stay out of the casino. And then, off the bed and get up and do it all over again. So I plan on not working Friday and Saturday and then enjoying everything for the last 2 days and then getting off regrettably on Sunday and going back to Spring Hill, Florida.
So transatlantic, I mean, that's really a vlogger's dream, right? I mean, you have so many days to take so much in.
7 straight 2 days.
Yeah, I love sea days. Chastity and I have talked about, I wouldn't care. Sail me out to the middle of the ocean and just sail me right back, and that would be fine with me.
Yeah, that's the same with me. You can take me on a ship, circle the ocean for 7 days, and then bring me home. I'm all right with sea days.
I prefer the sea days myself.
I was going to say, I think Greg did. Greg made me appreciate them more. I enjoyed my sea days.
You would have enjoyed them more with a nap, Kurt.
So how many hot tubs are on that ship, and how many have you enjoyed so far?
There is, I think, 8 total, and I've been in none. I haven't put my bathing suit on or done anything yet. That's what I said, man. I've been just enjoying the ship, taking the beauty in, walking around as much as I possibly can, getting as much content as I possibly can. I'm trying to make some TikToks. I'm trying to make some shorts. I'm trying to do it all. And once I get off the ship, I have nothing till January, so I'm trying to get as much content to hold me over January. So that's the main focus. But I'm definitely going to get in the hot tubs. I'm definitely going to enjoy the pool. I'm going to hit up the water slides. There are a few things that I didn't eat yet that I want to eat. I want to eat at Emerald's and get the Banana Foster's crate. So I want to do that. And then I got to hit up the Seafood Shack for that buffalo shrimp they got up there. But other than that,
eating as much bacon as you can eat.
Yeah, that's it, man. Give it a whole pig.
So here's a question that us fluffy guys normally don't think to ask. So fitness on board the ship. the track, and then also the gym. Have you seen either one of those two yet?
I've seen the track, and I've seen the gym. I filmed the gym, and I was doing fitness earlier. I was fitting this pizza pie in my mouth.
Yes.
But no, man, the gym's awesome. They have a lot of cardio equipment in there as well as free weights. And it's right across from Cloud9 Spa. So you literally come down the 6 and it's right there. And the track is up on 18.
Cool. So speaking of pizza, Crystal, she asked, is it no, that's a different question. Hang on. That wasn't Crystal that asked that. That was Meg. So Meg is asking, is there still late night pizza on the ship?
There is still late night pizza, and there is different pizza on this ship than there is on the Mardi Gras.
Yeah, it's the Miami
so
Slice.
They have like, it's called Miami Slice, but they have like 2 or 3 different pizzas here than what they have on the Mardi Gras.
Okay.
So they have a few more different options. The pepperoni's a little different. It's European pepperoni right now because I guess they couldn't get, traditional pepperoni from the States. So some things are different. But once we get back to Miami, that'll change. They'll get all their regular stuff on board.
One more question from the chat right quick. Rob from Cruising on the High Seas. He asks if you have cruised with Cookie before, and if so or not, would you enjoy it? Or did you enjoy it, I think?
I have not cruised with Cookie, but I've followed Cookie for the last 3 years. And given the opportunity to book a trip, knowing Cookie's the cruise director, I will absolutely take it. He is one of those guys that you're going to like. If you follow him and you see how he is, and you see how he is with the guest or when John Heald's on board, the dude is hands down funny. He's a comical guy, and he knows how to have a good time. So I know as soon as I get an opportunity to book with Cookie, he's one I'm absolutely going to book with. And if Mike Peck was still, cruise directing, I would definitely book with him. But I get the pleasure of sailing with him on this cruise. He's not, the cruise director, but he is here.
That's awesome. Kurt, did you got another question for
well,
Mike?
sure. Had I seen where the Doug Parker news guys there? Just wondering if you had met up with him or anything like that. And what's been your favorite thing so far up to now that you've been a part of?
So I haven't ran into Doug Parker. I have run into a couple other vloggers. You care if I name them?
Okay. I don't.
Go ahead. No, none of us are the kind of channels that are ever, we want, you plug whoever you want to plug, man.
Except for Billy J.
I ran into JJ Cruz the first day. I ran into them while they were doing their live. 2 cool dudes. I've ran into the Ship Life, Jay and his girlfriend Lauren. Again, humble, awesome people. And Cruising with Ben and David, I've ran into them as well.
Awesome. Those are all folks we're subscribed to. And
Yep.
Yeah,
so
I was
ran into them 3
and had a few questions for Jay and Jay when they did their first walk around during embarkation day. Yeah. That's kind of what gave me that. I was like, hey, there's probably somebody on that ship that would like to go, and like we just kind of it was.
Yeah, well, that's like when I seen them walking around. When I seen them walking around, I was like this, and he's like,
yeah.
So I came over and I hopped in the live, and they're great guys, man. And again, a lot of these guys are going to be on, future group sailing. So I don't know if they're all going to be on the Vloggers Extravaganza, but that's going to be an awesome cruise. There's so many vloggers that are going to be on that cruise. It's going to be insane.
Yeah, I wish we were on that one, but we got into this YouTube cruise travel vlog game a little too late to plan for that one. But next time they do one, we're definitely going to be on board.
Yeah, I wish I can get in touch with all these guys individually, man. I would love to get a picture with all of them up over here at that Miami postcard. I think that'll be pretty epic for a thumbnail.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure they'd be willing to do it. You can just get a hold of all of them.
Oh yeah, you just got to get a hold of all of them. You don't know where they're all at.
J and J, Ben and David, if you're watching or if you're watching the replay, get in contact with Mike. Get that picture made. Greg,
Sure.
you got anything else for Mike?
I was wondering, is Shaq's Big Chicken on this one too?
That's the man who has not only found it but eaten it.
Okay,
Very
make him
first
pick.
day.
Make him pick which ones he likes.
So you ready?
Yeah.
Very first day I get on. First place I eat, baked chicken. They have the French fries. I'm happy. I'm in love. Day 3, no more Shaq's fries, just regular fries. All the Shaq's fries were gone. They couldn't have it anymore. So today, I'm walking, and I hear somebody go, yeah, they got the Shaq's fries back. Man, I ain't never seen a fat boy run so fast all the way to the end. I was gone. I get up there, and the guy's like, what do you want? I said, man, I just want a bowl of fries. I don't want nothing else. Give me a bowl of fries.
That's a man after my own heart right there, buddy. I love me some fried taters of any format. I'll take them.
And it's awesome because they got the street eats, so that you got time fries. There's different fries every day. But there's something about those big chicken fries. They're thin, they're crispy, and when you dip them in that Shaq sauce, man, I tell you what.
It's supper time over here, man. You making me hungry.
Yeah.
Man, and make a monkey hug a hound dog, boy. I tell you.
There you go. There you go. All right. So we got some more questions over here from the chat. So Rob from Cruising on the High Seas says, do not take this the wrong way, but are you on a seafood diet? Every time I'm on a cruise, if I see food, that's what he's on. Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah. So it's going to seem like I am when you guys see the one video that I'm creating, but I'm really not. I only eat twice a day. If I get up and I'm done working in enough time, I'll eat breakfast, or I'll eat lunch. I only eat one or the other, and then I eat dinner. After I eat dinner, I don't get anything else unless I'm in the casino drinking, and I haven't been doing that on this trip. I haven't drank that much. I've had maybe 3 or 4 drinks the whole cruise, and my drinks are free, so I'm not even soaking that up like I should be. But no, I really don't. I eat when I'm hungry, and when I'm working, my head's buried into my laptop, and you just lose track of all time. I do have an addiction to candy, though. So I do have a bag of candy I bought in Spain, so I'll be working and popping some candy. But other than that, no, not really.
Hey, so if you appreciate what he's throwing down, not only throw him a sub, but think about maybe throwing him something from Cherry on Top.
Yeah, Cherry on Top's the place to be, man.
Yeah.
They got these little gummies. Listen, man, they got these little gummies, and on top is like this gel. Boy, I bring them home for my kids, and they be fighting over them. No, that's mine. You better get out here. I'm telling you what, that candy, you need to go on a cruise.
Heck yeah. So trying to think of anything else here that I may have missed. Hey, one thing that we didn't talk, arcade. On our last cruise, we decided to go do an arcade day, and it's the first time we'd ever done it, and we loved it. How is the arcade on board the ship?
It's nice. They got a few crane machines in there. They got a couple push coin machines, a couple VRs. They have Dance Dance Revolution, which was out in Major when I was a kid. So I was shocked to actually see that in there. They have the old barber cut, where's that little, razor blade comes and cuts the string and drops the prize.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
They got the punching bag where if you get that specific number, it'll drop the prize. Yeah, they got some cool stuff up in there.
That's cool.
Everyone's worried about finding ducks. I'm like, I'm not finding ducks. I'll go to the arcade and just play the duck crane machine.
Yeah.
I found my duck.
Yeah, exactly.
I cheated, but.
So what has been? You said you haven't drank that much, but have you tried some cocktails, and what's been your favorite so far?
So usually I stick with 2 things when I'm on a Carnival ship. I drink the Parched Pig IPA, which is my favorite beer that they have here, and they brew it directly on the ship. It's awesome.
Miss Meg, she likes it.
And I'm a Tito's and grapefruit guy. And I used to be Tito's and cran, but I started sailing with Scott, who was in the chat a little earlier. And he's like, man, try it with grapefruit juice. And I like grapefruit juice just by itself. And ever since I tried it, that's what I've been drinking. On here, it's a little different. Their grapefruit juice is like freshly pulped. So you get the pulp inside with it. But other than that, man, it's still delicious. They do have some new drinks on the ship that I do want to try. Like there's a drink in the Jubilee bar that's for Christine Duffy. It's a drink she specifically developed, and it's on the menu. So they do have some new different drinks that I'm going to try out. I have an idea for, like a food tour, but with the bars, like a bar crawl video, checking out all the bars. Some of these bars have awesome artwork from old ships. So it's cool to be able to check that out. And especially that new, what's the name of it? I forget the name of it. The time travel bar they have down here on 6.
Okay.
So that bar is actually pretty cool because they have those interactive windows. Like if you've been on MSC, they have that interactive tube up top. Here they have these interactive windows that play a motion picture a few times a night, which is pretty cool.
Wow. So Meg wants to make sure that they have skee ball. Do they have skee ball in the arcade?
I'm not 100% sure, but I can let you know. I don't know. I don't remember seeing skee ball. I remember seeing the clown game where you throw the balls at the clown.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember seeing skee ball.
All right. Hey, Kurt, you got any more questions?
No, man, I'm good. Like I said, I really want to know what he really enjoyed the most and stuff like that. And it sounds wonderful because I tell you, this sounds to me it's edging out Mardi Gras. And that's just my opinion. From what I'm hearing,
it's definitely pushing on Mardi Gras. That's for sure.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it's definitely pushing on Mardi Gras. But what I've loved the most, man, is just being able to take part on something that is brand new.
Yeah.
I'm one of the first paying passengers to sail on the ship. I'm one of the first people that can say that I attended the first 80s rock and glow party on the Carnival Celebration or the new entertainment that they brought on. They've had some phenomenal entertainment performed at Celebration Central. Couple different voice actors that do different voices when they sing. So the one lady was like Dolly Parton and Janis Joplin. So she did all these different renditions of songs. Managed to change her voice along the way. They had a guy that did it last night. That's cool. They brought on a character artist that draws characters for the inaugural. So she's on here doing little sketches of everybody having a good time. There's so many different things that they've done for people for the first cruise. And it's awesome. Just being able to be part of it and walk by and see certain things that you didn't think were there. Like when you go through Celebration Central, there's coins from other ships embedded into the floor.
Wow.
So just finding like those little hidden things, those little hidden history pieces from Carnival is pretty epic, man.
It sounds like they learned some stuff from Disney World. I mean, when we go to Disney, we look for hidden Mickeys. And it sounds like on this ship, they hid those nuggets. I know a lot of people were sad to see the Ecstasy go, and like the Rolls Royce and some of the neon and stuff has been incorporated into this ship, which is really cool.
And that Rolls Royce, man, she's as beautiful as ever.
Yeah. Hey, Greg,
she started up and drove off of here. I can't say I wouldn't try taking it.
Greg, you have more questions?
Yeah, I was just going to ask this, which you hit on the entertainment thing. I was going to ask about the entertainment, but the specialty dining for the Mardi Gras inaugural season was free for a while. Is it the same way on here on the Celebration?
So the specialty dining wasn't free on Mardi Gras. You still paid for Fahrenheit 555 and Rudy's Seafood.
Well, some of them like Chibang and those were.
Yeah. So the reason Chibang and
Cucina, I think they had.
Chibang and Cochina are absolutely free, and the reason they are is because the main dining rooms here on the XL class can't pump out enough meals for the amount of guests on board. So Cochina and Chibang will remain free across every.
I hadn't heard that.
XL class ship.
Yeah, really, because Hield said, it was only for the inaugural season, and then it was going to be charging.
That's good.
It'll remain free. The last that they talked about it is absolutely free. It's still free on the Mardi Gras, and it's free here. And if you're a noodle person, Chibang is the best place to go for noodle bowl lunch.
Cool.
Yeah, I want to try Chibang. I've heard a lot of good things about Chibang, and that sounds
like
cool,
man.
Compromise, as far as the MDR user concerned.
It's cool. You can go in and get a Mexican style appetizer and an Asian style dinner. It's the only place on the ship you can get 2 different types of meals throughout your whole course. So It's pretty cool.
Cool.
Greg, you have any other questions?
No, he's answered a ton.
Yeah,
kept him up late.
Yeah.
Man, it's only 9 here.
I've got two more questions in the chat, and then we'll try to close this thing out here. So, Rob, he asked one thing you need to do. What is the one thing you need to do when trying Carnival for the first time? He's asking for the Jubilee, but similar ships. So what would you recommend?
So the first thing I recommend when you get on the ship is get your muster done right away. Knock that out.
Yep.
Get that done, and then just explore that ship as much as possible. find a spot that you like to go to, find where the pizza place is if you're a pizza person. Knowing where those little places are helps you a long way throughout the whole cruise. You can get from point A to point B a lot quicker, but the first place I always go to when I get on the new ship is the atrium area. That's where the party happens. That's where everyone's at. Here, Celebration Central is completely full. When you walked in, that's where everybody was guided directly right into Celebration Central. The bars are there. You can get some drinks, but again, if you don't get that muster done, you're cut off at 2 drinks. They're blocking you out at 2 drinks, so you got to get that muster done right away. And then I usually hit the buffet up and see what they got for getting on board for embarkation lunch.
Hey, sail away. Did they have the confetti cheesecake?
Yes.
Oh, that's a deal breaker for me. If you don't have that confetti cheesecake, man, that's good stuff. I learned from the cruise dorks. If you like that, get multiple pieces of it and put it in your cooler, not your refrigerator. That way you have it for multiple days because they only do it on sail away.
Listen, I'm not going to say it's a cooler. I'm saying it's a refrigerator as far as I'm concerned. I know what the sticker says, but my bottles of water are coming out almost frozen. So that's a refrigerator.
That's awesome to know on board that shit because, I mean, some ships, they are just a cooler. It's like a wine cooler. But
and that's what the sticker says on front. This isn't a refrigerator. This ain't meant to keep things cold. It's just meant to keep things chilled. My soda and my water has come out ice cold every time.
That is awesome. Here's a question from Will G. He's asking if Pig and Anchor is free also.
Pig and Anchor is free.
And if this is a question for our friend Mike Lovelace, who will indubitably come back and rewatch this. How is the barbecue on board the ship?
Perfect.
Good.
Brisket's tender.
Are you a barbecue?
Oh yeah, I'm a barbecue guy, man. I got a deep freezer at home. It's probably got about 6 briskets in it waiting to get cooked one of these days. Yeah. I love my barbecue. I mean, come on, man. I'm a fucking traveler.
That's right, man. That's
how
right.
do you think I got this big? Those burn ends hit different.
So I have one last question here for you, and then we'll give over the screen to the channels here. For those of us that may be considering the transatlantic or the Jubilee or any ship, what are some pointers, some tips that you can give us with sailing out of an international port versus a U.S. port?
All right, so plan ahead as far as you possibly can. Stay relatively close to the cruise terminal because it gets to be a madhouse. There's hundreds of thousands of people trying to get to the same cruise port you are, and it's such a small area that there's so many tabs, limited number. So I stayed at the Moxie in Southampton, and when I got there, I made arrangements for my cab the same day I got there. So the cab was already well aware I wanted to leave at 9:30, and they were there exactly 9:30. They had my room number, had everything. Give yourself more time because the time change, that jet lag, unless you're coming over on the QE2, that jet lag is real. Because as soon as I landed in London, I got to my hotel, that energy went from here to here, and I had to take a little power nap. So give yourself some time to just explore, see the city, and take it in for what it is. If you can't and you got to rush to get there, that's fine. But I'm a firm believer in you got to spend some time over in London before you head to Southampton. Book everything in advance if you can. Train tickets, coach tickets from London to Southampton. It's cheaper to book them in advance than booking the same day or when you get there. And if you're going to stay in London, take the public transportation system. It's safe. I rode the tube all over the place. The underground, I rode it all over the place. And I ordered my Oyster card, and it was delivered to my house before I even left. And depending on how many zones you travel within a day, after you travel so many zones, the rest of your rides for the day are free. So you can literally tour the whole city from Soho to West End, back to central London, and the rest of your rides will be free the whole day.
Did I see a picture of you at Abbey Road?
I did go to Abbey Road Studios.
That's awesome.
After I went to Abbey Road Studios, I walked to Paul McCartney's house.
Oh, wow.
So I literally stood outside his house, and I made a little clip, man. I was so tempted to ring his doorbell, but I was like, nah, let's not do that. But yeah, I went to his house, and then the following morning, I got up nice and early. I walked around. I got breakfast at Regency Cafe, It was a local place that's been there for years. I had a full English breakfast, and then I took the tube over to Logan Garden and seen Freddie Mercury's old house. So
That is awesome.
I'm a big music guy, man, and the 70s and the 80s, and, you know, Queen and the Beatles, they're some of my top favorite bands. So I had to go check out those places when I was there.
We are just, you know, kindred spirits, my friend.
Yeah.
We have got to get
I
together
tell
and
everybody I'm an old soul.
I'm out, brother.
Yeah, I tell everybody I'm an old soul. My mom always tells me, you know, we tried having you for 7 years. If my parents would have had me when they originally tried having me, I would have grew up in that generation. I'm just an old soul, man.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So what I'm gonna do here now, we're at the end, and I don't want to hold you up too much longer, but I'm gonna give
Nah. Before you give it up, man, is there a way I can flip this camera?
Oh yeah,
This
yeah.
is my first
Yeah,
time
by
on
all
StreamYard. How do I
means,
flip the camera?
I will give you the solo layout, and if you want to walk around, by all means. Here we go. Yeah, that is awesome.
So what do I do? I just flip the camera, push the camera button, and nope, that turns it off.
You should be.
Can you flip the camera?
I think you can. I've only used it a couple times with StreamYard on the camera.
Remove from stream, edit name, edit elevator. Nope. Stop mic. Nope. So there's no way for me to flip the camera. So we'll do it this way.
Yeah, just walk like that, man.
So we'll do it this way. So this is the watering hole. This is the bar just outside of Pig and Anchor on deck 8. And then right inside through these glass windows, if you can see, this is Heroes Lounge. So this is where they have the big TVs. This is where they have that like food truck with the ice cream machine on it.
Wow, that's amazing.
You can see.
Look how beautiful.
I'll walk in that way. I'll walk back in that way. But you got a hot tub right here. You actually have 2 hot tubs right here.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry if it's a little bouncy. I don't have my stabilizer on me. I just got my tripod. What's up? Say what's up to YouTube, guys. We're live.
Hey.
You got a TV right outside here in Summer Landing so you can watch some games. And then you have the big ass pool that's right outside Summer Landing. This is Summer Landing. And then right inside these doors here. What's going on, guys? You have all the different country style decor on both sides. And it leads you into Pig and Anchor.
Very nice.
So this is where you got the backcountry band that plays. Over here is where you would have your breakfast buffet. And then some dinner options.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the Pig and Anchor bar right here. And right over there is the Heroes Lounge.
Look at that TV, man.
I'll get you a closer view. Here's your ice cream for all your ice cream needs. And then where they usually have football, but we're out of reach of the satellites. So it's literally football.
I love the picnic tables over there. Like,
oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then right outside of Pig and Anchor, this is the brew house.
Oh yeah.
So this is where they brew all of the Pig and Anchor style beers right on board the ship. And
That's
during
very
the day, when they're brewing these glass tanks, you'll be able to see it fermenting and all that within those glass tanks.
Yeah.
This is the Carnival store, which is on the Mardi Gras where you would do your tobacco and your alcohol purchases.
Oh.
That is, yeah, wow.
I'm ready to go on a cruise. Come on, Josh.
I'm cruising, I'm doing the karaoke.
So they got some cool stuff for the inaugural season on the celebration. But the one thing I like that they didn't do on the Mardi Gras that I haven't seen is they have a hero section where you can buy heroes hoodies, Land of the Free, Home of the Brave, hats to support the troops and things like that. So I really love this little section that they put in on the celebration.
That is so cool.
Let's see what else can we get into? Here we go. You ready? We got the awesome customer service, guest services. How's everybody doing tonight?
The unsung heroes right there.
Yeah.
And Carnival Adventures is right here where you can book all your excursions. Same spot as the Mardi Gras. But this I find to be a cool little Miami vibe spot. This is 820 Biscayne.
Oh man,
Oh, that is cool.
That is awesome. Hey, and we got some neon coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Art Deco, man. That is nice.
Flamingo.
And then right here you have
Oh yeah,
deli for all your deli needs.
that's amazing.
And then we have Miami Slice right here.
Miami Slice.
Yeah, new. Look. Love it.
I'm probably getting some people dizzy.
No, you're good.
You're good.
Oh, everybody's taking this in, man. This is awesome.
Then you have Bar 820, which leads you right back out to the outside decks for the smoking section over here and the non-smoking section back there where I was sitting.
So I'm not familiar with this. This is the Bar 820.
This is Bar 820 right here.
And what's the deal with, I guess, 820? That's the Miami area code, isn't it? I think
820 is the original address. 820 Biscayne is the original address for Carnival Corporation headquarters in Miami.
Okay. So that's the Kathleen. That's the Duffy.
Comes
That's
in
where the
at.
Duffy drink's at, I guess.
No, the Duffy drink is in Jubilee.
Okay.
So you have the 820 sign here, which you can get some cool pictures at, and then this
that is
awesome postcard spot.
That is so awesome. Hey! Wow.
Everybody having a good time?
It really.
All right, so what's
makes you wanna
everybody think of
go.
the celebration so far? Everyone's loving the celebration, Josh. What do you think, man? It's a great ship, right?
Yeah. Man, I have a ton of FOMO right now.
Yes.
Josh is not here. Josh is currently working, so he can't be here. But
I'm currently in Lakewood, New Jersey.
we got him here.
Big difference.
And then right through here is where you would have Cochina del Capitone. So right off the 820 Biscayne. How are you?
Amazing. Look at those
Probably
tables.
not that many people either. But this is where 820, right off 820 Biscayne is where Cochina would be.
Wow.
And I'll give you guys a quick look at
You
my
guys.
favorite spot.
How many
Guys.
folks are
Listen,
actually on there?
I'm originally from New Jersey, man. Don't
Hey,
joke.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, Billy J says he's having feels because he is since he's been on the Mardi Gras. Boat breakers are saying
going on,
New
guys?
Jersey represent. Slinky
this-
Eagle King is asking if you got the watch.
No, I did not. I haven't looked to see if they have it yet. So I'm going to have to go check it out. They have the Invictus out coming up, I think the day after tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to get an Invicta. I like the Invicta watches. They have
So
a
it's going to get
special.
loud for a second, but.
So do they have a special Invicta watch for the celebration?
They did for the Mardi Gras.
Okay.
That's why Slinky's asking, because
Okay.
I bought the one off of Mardi Gras, and her husband Matt bought one too.
Okay.
I took the steps. That means I can have an extra slice of pizza later.
There you go.
What is Friday night? I don't either.
And this is my favorite spot of Operation Central right here behind me.
It is so cool.
But my favorite part is right here.
There it is.
There it
Yep.
is.
She was on the ecstasy.
Yeah.
Wow. That'll bring a tear to a glass eye right there.
Yep.
And this is the gateway. A journey through time.
This is so cool right here. This is amazing.
So every window has a different date and a different deal of what happened during then. Crafting experiences in the 2010s. But here is the big ship model.
Wow.
And this is the Jubilee bar.
Beautiful. I love the blueprints.
So casino's right above you, right?
The casino?
Yeah, right above you.
Yeah, so the one little section of the casino is right above.
Yeah.
If you want, I'll hold the camera here. If y'all can grab that QR code.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Big opportunity here, guys. Everybody get your cameras out. Got it. That's awesome.
Got it. And this is the controls from the old ship that
That's
work.
awesome.
So it's pretty cool. Yeah. And then they have the original ship model from the original Carnival Celebration.
That's awesome. With the stubby tail.
Yep. And these are the booths that I am absolutely in love with.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You have so many different seats that you can sit with friends, family, whatever, play some games.
Yeah.
Can you draw the
Enjoy
curtain?
some time. Yeah, you can close the curtains. Curtains are closable.
That's cool.
And here's the bar. It's latitudes.
Yeah, so this right here is what impresses. So this is what's impressive about a lot of Royal Caribbean ships that now Carnival is including. I love this area. It's a promenade area on the Royal ships.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So these windows go all the way down to the end. Every night they put a different show on those windows.
Oh man.
So it's a pretty cool
that's
experience.
Wow. That's amazing.
So that's some of the celebration for you.
Thank you, Mike. That is wonderful.
We appreciate
Yeah,
it. That's
That's
so
awesome.
That is, yeah.
So a couple more questions here. These are quick ones. How many days are left for this sailing?
We don't get back until Sunday, so 5 days.
5 days left. That's amazing. And Will G is asking what time it is there.
9:26 at night.
9:26. So you're getting back to United States.
Yeah, so right now we're 4 hours ahead, and we
Yeah.
go back an hour tonight. So tomorrow will be 3.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna actually kick it to you first. That way you can get back to the fun. But if you would give us one more pitch, this is your elongated one. Whatever you thought up of, hey, this is how I'm going to pitch myself. Even though, what else can you say, man? You did such a great job, and we appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Oh, man, it's been my pleasure.
Thank you
Thanks for having me on.
questions. We got you up. I think you're at 545 right now. Keep pushing. We're
Nice.
going to keep pushing and putting you out there and sharing you. Get this guy up there. He deserves it. Let's get him to a grand. But yeah, lay it on us, man. Tell us about yourself and
All right, y'all.
plans.
I appreciate y'all for having me on. It has been an awesome experience. It has absolutely been my pleasure to show you some of the celebration. If you haven't liked me so far, I don't know what to tell you, man. You should have already subscribed. I appreciate everyone who has subscribed. I'm a humble guy. I'm not going to show you anything that I wouldn't want to see or anything that's going to lead you down the wrong path. I'm not going to be fake. I'm going to be honest about everything through and through. So I appreciate each and every one of you who have already smashed that subscribe button. If you haven't done so, run over there and do it, because there's so many vlogs coming from the celebration in the next few days. And man, I'm a fluffy traveler. I just love traveling, and the more subscribers I get means the more traveling I can do, and the more traveling I can do, the more I can bring to y'all. So I appreciate y'all. Moonlight Mafia, y'all is what's up.
Baby. We appreciate you, man. And you know, I don't. Again, we don't want to hold you up too long, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove you and let you head on. Not kicking you out in any way, but I don't. It sounds like there's a ball to be had behind you, and I don't want to hold you up, man. So again,
yeah, man, it's an awesome ship. There's a lot to do and a lot to get into.
I cannot thank you enough for taking the time to do this and giving us. I expected to get 30 minutes out of you, and we got an hour and a half. I cannot thank you enough, man.
Man, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, man. It's been a pleasure.
Good to meet you, Mike.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great
man.
to meet you.
Thanks.
Very good.
We appreciate it.
Enjoy.
Have a good one, Mike.
I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah,
Y'all have a good night.
All right, so let me get the traditional screen up here like we normally have. So first,
Wow.
I mean, what do y'all think?
Wow. That was impressive, man.
Blown
I
away.
was on, you know, I've been on Mardi Gras out of the three of us, and let me tell you, I really want to go on that one now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. Very nice.
Did we hear how many actually is on the ship right now, by the way?
He said it was about 1,500 shy of capacity.
Wow.
Oh, my. So, and you saw, look at him walking around. That did not feel crowded at all.
No, and I've heard from people on the Mardi Gras that they felt crowded on the Mardi Gras.
Well, they bottleneck you into some places on Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
And, but this did not look it.
Did that ship to y'all not feel like Disney World? There's a lot of Disney, like,
Easter
Imagineering
eggs
things in there.
Yeah.
Oh, like that.
Windows
yeah.
and
Okay.
the portholes.
I really feel like it's the best world of a lot of cruise lines, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they did their market research.
Yeah.
And it looks like they brought the people what the people want, which is, as a Carnival stockholder, thank you. And if they continue to build ships like this, I feel less bad about ships like the Ecstasy going away. I mean, you know, I hate that it's gone, but I wish I could have sailed on it. But
I hope they do make some mid ones, though. I'm really, I'm still liking that. Like, we just got off that Freedom with Greg. I love that.
They're never going to, they're never going to go away, because they're still going to have ships that can sail to Alaska, that can go through the Panama Canal. And, I don't think they'll ever go away. You can't take those mega ships up into the places that they go in Alaska.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I mean, the Carnival Spirit is probably, it's a close run between the Spirit and the Valor for us. I think the Valor gets the edge just because it was our first ship. But the Spirit we loved that ship, and it's one of those mid-sized type ships.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to kick it individually to each one of you guys, and so you can promote your channel. Who's ready to go?
Flip a coin.
Greg's ready.
Sure.
All right. Go ahead.
Here's the thing. I mean, we've been watching Picasso paint for an hour and a half, and now I feel like I'm coming to you with like, look, I painted a butterfly. I mean, you expect me to talk about my channel after what we've just watched? I mean,
he's going for. Yeah, I agree, Greg.
But here's the thing. I mean, we just put out a video on Saturday. I didn't even promote it. I didn't even put it out on anybody else's creator corners or anything. We just kind of threw it under the radar and stuck it out. But it's our review of the Carnival Freedom. Go check it out if you have time and you don't want to watch grass grow. It's the next best thing, but go check it out. But we've got a cruise coming up here in 2 weeks. We got to check in for it this week on the Carnival Sunshine. And then we got 2 cruises coming up in the next few months on MSC that I'm excited about putting some content out on a different cruise line and seeing what that's like. So if you're interested in watching any of those vlogs and you hadn't subscribed to our channel, go over and subscribe to it. But anyway, Josh, I appreciate you having us on. It's been fun, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming on, and I appreciate you helping me out here. I wouldn't have came up with all the questions, and I as far as, and we've had a lot of support. don't I don't want to feel like I'm slighting anybody here, but these two gentlemen right here have mentored me in a number of different ways with this YouTube thing. Kurt, he's technically challenged. However, he gives me some mental support and some guidance. And then Greg, he is the Moonlight Adventures, Moonlight Mafia Geek Squad. We've got him on retainer. No one else can.
You're in rough shape if I'm the one that's advising you on technical stuff.
Hey, you gave Chastity toys. You gave Chastity toys.
Well, I don't know that you put it like that.
All right, Kurt.
Guys, I really enjoyed this here, and I made sure I studied this, looked at this, and I took this, and I thought, I'm really interested. I was already interested, and it looks like a wonderful ship. Mike seems like I really look for him to just keep soaring, and he's got the ear of someone right there, lives near him, that we know that can help him greatly.
Yeah.
Don't forget, though, I want to plug in a little bit right here. SCT there on Friday night, 7 o'clock, the wind down. Make sure you tune in for that. And don't forget, he also knows a great TA there. I'm just going to need to quit pointing, but, Miss Felicia there can help us out anytime, help anyone out anytime. We've used her, and she does a great job. SCT, Surf City Travels. So, also, tune in for us on See Me Traveling, me and Marcia, 8:30 a.m., Monday through Saturday. And, guys, I haven't announced it anywhere, but I do know now my grandson will be here Wednesday morning. So I will be traveling off to West Virginia tomorrow sometime. And that way I can be down there. They got to be at the hospital at 5 a.m. They won't allow me in. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. I got to talk a little bit back and forth with my son. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy, guys. I'm feeling lucky. I feel blessed to be in this community. It's a great community, and I would invite anyone in. There goes my phone telling me I only got 20% left. So, and we just put out content, too. It's of the freedom, and you know what? I'm very slow at all that, but I just like doing it, So I will have more content coming out.
So wow, what a fridge! Wow. What do you think about that fridge back there, Greg?
I think that he needs at least one more magnet on it, a bigger one.
Where's the candle?
Yeah, we do. We are missing the candle.
Well, I was over here on this side of the out in the air fryer. I was doing meatballs, and so those are probably cold now. Oh, I forgot to mention, guys, December the 1st, MSC Meraviglia, we will be on there. I'm hoping we can do a good live from there, and I'm going to up my internet package because Marsha has to do work from there. And, then we will go to Carnival Paradise out of Tampa. And then along with my friend that was on here, wherever he's at, Mr. Greg and Felicia, we'll be doing MSC Seaside. April.
I saw the MSC Seashore today. Someone was live streaming and it was going by. And what do you think? So I know we're running late here, but I don't think we're stepping on anybody's time. How do you feel about the Europa?
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful ship, isn't it?
It looks slick, don't it?
Yeah. Did you see their promenade with the digital display that's in the ceiling?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
wonder how long before they bring it over here, though, because right now I think it's just over in Europe. But
yeah,
it'll be.
I think they're going to bring the world over here, and that's just now. I think that's going to New York because you look at what's inside that ship. It's all about New York, selling out of New York.
It's beautiful. Those are some beautiful ships, and they are serious about trying to be a competitor in the U.S. market.
Yeah,
I'm excited about the two we got. I mean, the first one we got's like a 2-day cruise. I mean, it's not long, but just to get on it and check out the ship and to see what it has to offer. I'm excited about.
Do you a bar crawl on there? I have never even mentioned it, and I'm going to ask Marsha because let me tell you, I was impressed with how many bars there are on that Meraviglia.
Say that one more time, Kurt.
I was impressed with how many bars there are there on the Meraviglia.
I just like hearing you say Meraviglia.
Oh, MSC Maravilla.
You can say it better than I can, actually. Maravilla. Maravilla.
I said, if you watched the one where we were packing last year at this time to go on Maravilla, I was going Maravilla.
We've got another, hey, Kurt, use StreamYard.
Yep. Yeah, I was hoping to get with my buddy down here and get on that this week. I'm not sure time-wise now. I have to check into it. Yeah. Maybe I'll just throw it up myself this weekend. I promise y'all, I will try it no matter what. I want to go to that because I love this. You can put stuff down here in the bottom or put up some words, and then it speaks for itself, like whatever you got coming up, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many, and I've just now learned. So I knew you could star things, but I didn't know that they would save those starred things over in another column for you. So that really helps today with questions. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's yeah. I mean, I'm learning as I go here. But hey, there's old Mike. He's right back in here. Appreciate y'all, and thanks for having me on. We appreciate you, brother. Yeah. So Captain Billy J says you say Maravilla as much as Lovey says Margaritaville. Margaritaville. I don't know if you saw our latest video, but we gave Lovey a cameo voiceover in there when we walked past Margaritaville.
Is that in the latest? Because that's the only
the latest one. Yeah, Margaritaville. Okay. Yeah. Hey, so I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and remove you from the stream unless y'all have anything else you want to contribute. No. Let you guys get back to your families. We're losing subscribers as we're talking shop. So I'll drop you out, or not losing subscribers, losing viewers. But thank you guys so much. You guys contributed greatly. Kurt, I'm proud of you, buddy.
Thank you, Josh.
You did a fantastic job, man. Fantastic job. Don't ever discount your ability to do these kind of things, because you did a fantastic job tonight.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate you so much. And Greg, as always, thanks, my brother.
See you, pal.
See ya. So, hey, guys, thanks to everyone for coming here at an odd time. But I hope that everybody got something out of this. I am blown away by this ship. I'm blown away by Mike Gormley and the Nauti Cruiser. Thank him so much. And go over there, like and subscribe, share his stuff out. It doesn't cost you a dime, but it's going to help him out a ton. Thank you guys so much again. This is the last time you're going to have to see my ugly mug by itself. The wonderful and beautiful Miss Chastity will be with me next week when I return home. Thank y'all so much. The next thing that's coming up, we're going to release a video on Wonderland on board the Royal Caribbean, as well as another schooner bar. And we're going to be joined by Beach Please on that one. Look for that to come out very soon. And then also at 10 o'clock or 10:30 rather on Saturday, we will have the World Wrestling Vlog with Captain Billy J, the Cowboy Paul Vines, and also my son, the Sarge, Dylan Moon. And in addition to that, at 10:30 every Sunday, Shootin the Breeze, or 10, I'm getting my times confused, at 8 o'clock every Sunday, Shootin the Breeze with Moonlight Adventures. Can't wait to see you guys on the high seas. Thank y'all so much for coming in once again. Moonlight Adventures, we are out.